Today I'm here to speak about partnerships in business. Many people have been asking me, under which circumstances should I work with a partner? Where should I work alone? What kind of partners should I look for? How do I know that this is going to be a good partner? What kind of understanding do I arrive at with my business partner? What are the challenges involved in partnership? And so on. I'm going to try and answer these questions as much as I can. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Mr. Inspiration Bake Robert. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click on the bell so that you can always receive notifications. Please share this video, comment. I want to hear from you, especially on today's subject, partnerships in business. If you're doing business for the very first time, it is always important to do it alone. That's in my view. Because when you do it alone, you'll make certain mistakes and you learn before you go to make mistakes when you're doing it with others, or before you fail in the business and then blame others. For example, one of the mistakes that many people do when they are starting business is mixing personal money with business money, not differentiating, getting money from the business and using it for personal purposes, and also getting your personal money and spending it on your business. Now, if you're doing it as a partnership, it becomes very challenging. However, when you grow to a certain level, it becomes important to do partnerships because you reach a point where your personal efforts cannot move the business to another level. And in fact, let me also mention this, that to grow very, very big, it automatically requires partnerships. If you look at the biggest companies in the whole world, they have some kind of partnerships. Most of them reach a point where they sell shares on the stock exchange. Of course, those are the biggest. Not every company can reach that level of selling shares on the stock exchange. But you can sell shares to your friends, and that brings in capital. That is what we refer to as equity. Let me differentiate between equity and loans. When you sell shares to someone and they bring in capital, that becomes equity. It means you're not under obligation to pay it back should the business not work. It's different from a loan. If it is a loan, even if the business doesn't work and you still have assets or sources of income, you'll be expected to pay back. But if it is equity, it is totally dependent upon the performance of that business. So instead of dying small, with your business struggling for 10, 20, 30 years, you can invite people that have capital. There are people who may not necessarily be having the same passion as you, the same vision as you, but they believe in you and they have the money. So if you need the money, then you can partner with them. They put in money and you grow the business. That is what we refer to as equity. Of course, when you bring them on board, you have to make sure you negotiate properly and have everything clear. If, for example, someone has brought in 10 million into your business, or 100 million, how much shares do you give him? It again comes back to valuing the company. How worth is the company? That is what will determine what should go to him and what should stay with you. Be careful because someone can bring in money and they end up diverting you from your original goal. Because you could have started a business saying, this is a business that is going to implement Christian principles, and then someone has brought in money, and then they say, for us, we can bribe to get a contract. And you find it is against your values. So you need to make sure that before you bring on board a partner, know which partner you're bringing on board, know their character, know their values, their principles, and make sure they match with yours. Also make sure that you bring a partner that has good reputation, because you can bring on board a partner and then your brand dies because of the kind of image that that person has in the eyes of the public. So try to bring on board people that have a good reputation. Also, if you're looking for business partners, look for those that complement you. If you are an accountant, don't look for accountants. You already have that expertise in accounts. Look for those that can market. Look for those that have money and can finance. Look for those that have very big networks that can bring on board many strategic partnerships, you need other skills. So if you're bringing on board partners, get those that bring skills and talents and value that you do not have, so that you're complementing each other. It is also important to value the skills, the ideas, the talents that each person brings on board. For example, if someone brings money, but they are not able to bring a new idea, they are not able to market, then you must make sure that they bring in more money than the one who can market, than the one who can generate more ideas. Because it means your ideas, your time, your talents, your skills, your efforts are matching their money. When you want to enter into a partnership, also look at how much time you have. For instance, if someone is still employed, and then another one is fully in that business that you're partnering in, how do you match the time? Because the one that is putting in time is putting in more than the other one who is only putting in money. That means the other one must be able to put in more money, or you should all be having the same time. You share responsibilities, one handles this, the other one handles the other, you all bring in ideas, and you feel that there is fairness. Many partnerships die because of lack of fairness. For example, you register a company together, one goes to his job, another one struggles to make this company work, and then when it earns money, the other one wants to share the same amount. No, it doesn't work like that. It is very important to bring in people that can help you value the company, value the shares, so that each person has the number of shares that are equivalent, proportional to what they are putting in terms of money, time, effort, resources, networks, talent, skills, and so on. If someone is putting in little time, it means when money comes in, they should also earn little. If someone is putting in much time and money comes in, they should earn much. It's vital that you document everything in your partnership. Don't only have a gentleman's agreement. There are people that agree verbally, this is how we are going to work together, and then let big money come in. You find they are beating each other, they are fighting, they are going to court, simply because they did not put everything into writing. But if it is in writing, then it is just a matter of referring to what you agreed, and then everyone will have to comply. In one of the videos on this channel, I answered the question, can anyone do business? Can everyone become an entrepreneur? And the answer that I gave was no. There are people that cannot do business on their own because of the pressure that business requires, because of the sacrifices, the risks involved in business, because of the time, skill, talent that it requires. So, if you are that kind that cannot do business, and you find your fit, for example, to be in employment, then you can choose to have a business partner. If you want to do business, you can do it well with a business partner as long as you trust each other, you're both truthful, then you can do business together. That means you bring in money, while the other partner brings in ideas, time, energy, and effort to run the venture. When you're starting a partnership, always put in an exit clause. In case one of you is no longer interested in the partnership, there should be a provision for how they live. For example, can someone just wake up and say, I'm no longer interested in this business, therefore I have left? There should be a procedure. For example, you can say any partner that is no longer interested can give a notice of, let's say, 1 year, and then you propose to your partners so that anyone can buy shares from you. You can also agree whether a person can leave and bring an external person who wasn't part of the partnership in the first place to buy shares. But the best option is always to first give priority to those that are already partners in that business to be the ones to buy you out. Someone should not feel a slave forever in a partnership. They should feel that if I'm tired of this partnership, I should be able to leave. It's not like a marriage, till death do us part. In a business partnership, one can leave as long as the terms for leaving are very clear, the procedures are clear, and the person has fulfilled them. Let me talk about partnering with your spouse in a business. Actually, the businesses that I run, all of them, I partner with my wife, and I find it very beautiful, very interesting. We can choose to first rest in the morning and go to work at midday together. We can choose to leave business at midnight together. There is no one who will ask me where I have been because I am with her. You know, that's very beautiful. Because other men, you go home even at 9 p.m., you'll be interrogated. You'll have to answer where you have been. When you partner with your spouse in business, there is continuity that is assured. Who knows how long you'll be there? You never know. If you're no longer there, your partner can take up the business and run it. Your children can run the business. It is important to partner with your spouse and perhaps even your children. In fact, family businesses are some of the strongest businesses in the whole world. In countries like India, China, USA, family businesses are very, very prominent. You'll find someone is having a business but which they inherited from their great-great-grandfather. Their wealth is passed on from one generation to another. Without family business, we'll continue to have people digging the ground from scratch, starting from scratch to build wealth, and it becomes extremely hard compared to when you have a foundation that was left by your parents, your grandparents, and great-grandparents. So as you think about business partners, don't leave out your family members. However, it should be clear that when you're doing business, then you're doing business. You do not reach the business and bring in family emotions. If you have disagreed with your wife, with your children at home, let that not go into business. Because when you reach business, you're entrepreneurs, you have staff, you have clients, they are watching you. So you have to make sure at business, you're doing business. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, Mr. Inspiration Bake. You can like my Facebook page, Mr. Inspiration Bake. Share this video. Comment. I want to hear from you. Thank you. God bless you.